We're here today with Mr. LeRoy Lewis in the city of Southfield, the Southfield Public Library. The date is the 5th of March, 2008. Also present is Mrs. Lewis and also Tim Workus, who is our camera person today. Mr. Lewis, why don't you just give us your birthday, background, and where you were born, and whether you had any siblings, and who also might have been in the war.
I was born in St. Louis, Missouri, the 7th of July, 1925. I have one sister. My father always told me he was born in 1903 and he wanted to get into World War I, but he was always too young.
Mm-hmm.
I grew up in Highland, Michigan. I worked at a little grocery store there. I knew everybody in town. We moved to Royal Oak in 1941.
Mm-hmm.
I went to work in the meat market there, and I was going to Royal Oak High the last half of my junior year. My senior year, it was the thing, you know, to go into the service, and the war was going on.
Mm-hmm.
September 1942, I went down Detroit, and I enlisted in the Navy. I ended up in the Seabees, which was probably the best move I ever made. I come home, told my dad that I'd enlisted in the service, and he said, "Are you sure that's what you want to do?" And I said, "Yeah." I said, "You got to sign for me, though," because I was 17. So this was the 4th of October, 1942. Went down, signed up, come home. They said they'd call me on the 28th of November. They called me, and I went in the active service on the 28th of November, 1942.
Okay, where did you report?
Camp Endicott, Rhode Island. And to me, being a 17-year-old young lad, boot camp was a piece of cake. I think possibly I enjoyed every minute of it. I had in the Seabees, it was the 60th Battalion, 1,000 men, and we had people in there that were in World War I. They were construction people. The guy that kind of looked after me, his name was Homer Coons. He was from White Plains, Kansas, and he decided that he was going to take care of me because he had a 16-year-old son and a 15-year-old son.
Mm-hmm.
And we'd go out on liberty, he would watch me like a hawk.
Mm.
But my boot camp training was wonderful, as far as I was concerned.
Okay, how did you get to Rhode Island from here to Rhode Island?
There was, I believe it was 106 of us come out of Detroit on the train.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And I believe we went across Canada.
Okay.
I know we got on a train late afternoon, and when we got off Rhode Island, it was raining. The mud was about that deep. I had a little tiny suitcase like this. Mm-hmm. My dad said when my shoes come home, he says they looked like these Arabic shoes with the points sticking up in the air. Mm-hmm. And we got off there, and they lined us up, and we went into detention, and we were in boot camp.
Okay, okay. So what all did you do in boot camp? What was unique about boot camp, and what did you like about it or dislike about it? I know you say you enjoyed it.
Well, it was kind of like, take example, rifle training. We had 03 rifles. We'd go out, and remember I was laying on my heels, make my heels go down. That stuck with me. Mm.